Alright friends, welcome to another video. In this video, I will try to talk about how we can calculate the gratuity in UAE. This video captures all what you need to know about the gratuity. If you have resigned or planning to resign or got terminated, you will be interested to know what is your eligibility to get in gratuity. So in this video, I have captured the following topics. So what is gratuity? Then why we say it's gratuity itself, what are the different type of contract, right, limited and unlimited, then how you can calculate the end of service benefit, and what is the calculation method, how it can, as a practical example. Additionally, I give you a website where you can check your gratuity. Hi friends, welcome to Click for Knowledge. My name is Ramesh. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, please make sure you subscribe and press the bell button to get latest notification. So gratuity, or another terms which we call it as end of service benefit, is the token of appreciation when an employee leaves an organization after certain years of services. UAE Labour Law instructs all the companies or service providers to pay a certain amount of money to their employees if they have met certain criteria. In order to be eligible for gratuity, you need to have a limited or unlimited contract in place. You need to complete at least 1 year of services, and you have completed your notice period as stipulated in your contract unless agreed by the employer. Also, your resignation or termination caused due to non-adherence to the policies and procedure, or breach of any of the clauses mentioned in your contract, then also you will not be eligible to receive your gratuity. Another key point is the components of your gratuity will be only based on the basic salary. Your travel allowance, house rent allowance, any other allowance will not be calculated for the gratuity. In case of termination, you still will be eligible to receive the gratuity. Also, the gratuity amount should not be more than 2 years of your salary. The important thing which you need to note that in case you owe any money back to the employer, then it can be got adjusted in your gratuity. As I told you earlier, your gratuity will be based on your contract. Either it will be limited or unlimited contract. If you want to know what type of contract you have signed, you can check on the contract, or you can check with your HR, or you can check on the Ministry of HR app. Once you log in, you can get to know from there. Please check out the link in description. Now let's try to understand what is limited and unlimited contracts. The limited contract means the employer has agreed with the employee to work on a certain time period which is agreed on the contract. On this contract, there will be a specific start date and end date. If you resign prior to that, it may lead to consequences like travel ban or compensation to the employer, etc. On the other hand, unlimited contract, there doesn't have any end date or a certain number of years, so it continues on after signature of the contract. So therefore, if you want to terminate the contract by either party, then you need to give a notice period either 1 to 3 months. So sometime it can be 1 month, it can be 3 months, depends on the agreement or requirements of the employer, and then agreed by the employee. Now let's discuss about how we can calculate the gratuity. So we'll look at different scenarios for limited and unlimited. First of all, let's discuss on the unlimited contracts. So there are two scenarios: either you got terminated or resigned from the employee. Depends upon your years of services, the gratuity amounts also varies. Let's look at termination aspects. So in case your years of service is less than 1 year, then you will not be eligible to get any of the gratuity. So if your service is between 1 to 5 years, then yes, you will be eligible to get a gratuity for 21 days of your basic salary. If your employment is more than 5 years, let's say 7 years, then your eligible gratuity will be 21 days for the first 5 years, and then 30 days for the remaining 2 years. So I will look deeper into it, how we can calculate with an example later in this video. Let's look at the employee resigned from the employment. Similar to the termination, if the years of service is less than 1 year, then the employee will not be eligible to get any gratuity. If the employment of services is between 1 to 3 years, then it will be 1/3 of the basic salary of 21 days, that is 7 days salary. So if it's 3 to 5 years, then it'll be 2 by third of 21 days basic salary, that is 14 days. Then in case of more than 5 years, for example 7 years, then similar to the termination, the employee will be eligible to get 21 days basic salary for the first 5 years, and then remaining 2 years will be 30 days salary. Now let's look at the aspects of limited contract. In case of limited contract, there are two aspects, or either termination or by resignation. Similar to the unlimited contract, the limited contract also have the same criteria. So if you're less than 1 years of services, then you'll not be eligible to get any gratuity, and if it's 1 to 5 years, then it'll be 21 days of your basic salary, and if more than 5 years, then first 5 years will be 21 days of basic salary, and then next couple of years will be 30 days of your basic salary. In case of resignation by the employee, then if he has not completed the contract period, then he will not be eligible to get any gratuity. If he has completed his contract period and it's not reached more than 5 years, then he'll eligible to get 21 days of basic salary for the 5 years. If the employee has served more than 5 years, then 21 days basic salary for the 5 years, and then remaining year it will be 30 days of basic salary. Now let's try to learn with an example for each of these categories. First of all, let's have a look at for unlimited contract. Here I'm taking an example, an employee having a salary of 10,000, out of which 5,000 are basic salary, 3,000 as HRA, and 2,000 as transportation allowance. Now you have calculated the 21 days basic salary, which is 3,500, right? So first scenario is for the termination. So in case of termination, as we discussed in the previous slide, for less than 1 year there will not be any gratuity. So let's say for example for 4 years of services, then it will be 3,500 into 4, that is equal to 14,000 dirhams. The third scenario is the employees work for 7 years, then we can calculate the gratuity as for the first 5 years it will be 21 days of basic salary, that means 5 into 3,500, plus for the remaining 2 years it will be 30 days of basic salary, which is 5,000 into 2. So you add together, you get the total gratuity as 27,500. Now look at the second scenario. In case the employees got terminated, then what are his rights? As we discussed earlier, less than 1 year of services doesn't have any gratuity. So in the second scenario, it's 2 years. So in this case, 1 by third of basic salary will be paid to the employee. So 3,500 into 2 into 1 by 3, that is 2,333. So in case the employee worked for 4 years, his gratuity will be calculated as 3,500 into 4 into 2 by 3, which is equal to 9,330. If the employee has worked for 7 years, then his eligible gratuity will be 3,500 into 5 plus 5,000 into 2, that is 27,500. The first 5 years, 21 days basic salary will be up. Remaining 2 years, 5,000 into 2 will be applicable. Let's look at the case of limited contract. In limited contract, the scenario 1 is termination. So in case of termination, within 1 year of services, he will not be eligible to get any gratuity. The second case is 4 years of services, then he'll be eligible to get 3,500 into 4, which is equal to 24,000 dirhams will be eligible to get a gratuity. In the third case, 7 years of services, so that will be calculated based on the first 5 year, 21 days, and 30 days for the remaining period. So altogether he'll get 27,500. Let's look at the second scenario, which is resignation. If he worked for less than his contract period, then he'll not be eligible to get any gratuity. The second scenario is 4 years, then in that case he'll get 21 days of basic salary, which is 3,500 into. For 7 years, it's the same which we discussed earlier, so you can use the same formula. I hope you are clear with all the calculation. So if you want to check your gratuity, you can go to this website. It's a government website where you can check your gratuity. I'll show you around how we can check your gratuity. So in this website, what do you need to give? The contract type, limited or unlimited, as we explained earlier. So I'm giving as unlimited. Now look at both the scenarios, resignation and termination. Here first I'm giving as resignation. I'm giving random numbers. If you give the first start date and the last working days here, it will automatically calculate how much service you have. So here I'm giving a random number and random date, in fact, so that for the we can calculate different years. So here the service is 7 years. Let's give the basic salary as 5,000. Press the calculate button, you get to 27,514 as the value. All right, this will be your eligible gratuity amount. Let's try the next one, termination. So if you click on termination, I'm giving any random date here, so for the calculation purpose. So if I change the date, start date and end date, so I can calculate the gratuity for the termination. So here I'm getting 3 years and 7 months, so I press calculate, then the amount appears here. You can use this website for reference purposes, but make sure you check the latest on the government website before claiming an amount. I hope this video is helpful. Please share the video with your friends and colleagues. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.